This is KGW News at noon.
Portland police say one of Portland's most prolific graffiti taggers has been indicted. Investigators say the man has put up hundreds of tags like the ones you see on your screen over the last couple of years. Thank you for joining us here at noon. I'm Christine Pitawanich. Police tell us 25-year-old Jerry Mijangos was arrested at the beginning of the year for a probation violation. Then on top of that, we're just learning from the Multnomah County District Attorney that Mijangos was indicted on more vandalism cases late last month. Portland police have arrested and cited Mijangos a couple of times for vandalism over the last few years. They say he used the name Kaser, which he painted on different properties across the city. Mijangos is currently being held in custody due to his probation status. And the owner of the Daily Feast, a local diner in downtown Portland, says the restaurant is closed today after someone broke several windows overnight. They posted these images to their Instagram page with a caption expressing their frustration with the situation and state of downtown. They plan to reopen tomorrow. KGW's Ashley Grams is out talking to the owner about what happened and their plans moving forward. We'll have more on KGW News at 4 o'clock. Right now, an estimated 4,000 people across the country may not be able to make calls, including to 911, because of a cell phone outage. AT&T officials say they've restored most of their network. This is an AT&T outage map from tracking site downdetector.com. You can see a tiny little blip over Portland there. It appears though people in the Midwest, East Coast feeling most of this. The outage peaked this morning with 71,000 customers affected. Verizon and T-Mobile users also have over 1,000 outages combined. The cause of the outage isn't clear right now, but the FBI, FCC, and DHS are investigating. We'll keep tabs on any developments. And today, a big win for the Shinook Indian Nation. In a virtual conference, tribal leaders announced a landmark legal victory decades in the making. The federal courts, Bureau of Indian Affairs, and Congress have decided the Shinook tribe are the legal heirs to just under $50,000 in settlement money that was awarded to the lower band of Shinook and Clatsop Indians back in 1970. So that money was supposed to serve as additional compensation for lands that were taken from the tribes in the 1800s, but that's been tied up in a legal fight. KGW's Tim Gordon is looking into the details of the decision and Shinook Indian Nation's fight to become a federally recognized tribe. He'll have more on KGW News at 4. Okay, let's do a quick check-in on the weather locally. Rod, I saw some blue skies before I headed into the studio.
Yeah, you said quick, but let's make it nice and lengthy because we're celebrating a beautiful day out there. We have nothing but dry weather across our two states, Oregon and Washington, which is what we expected, right? Been talking about this for days. We've opened up sunshine, all areas. Here is Lincoln City. Look at that. Shinook Winds Casino Resort camera there, and it is, dun-da-dum, 60 degrees outside right now along the coast. Can't beat that. This was still foggy just, 45 minutes ago, but now it's clearing. This is the Oregon Veterans Home camera out in the Dalles. So 44. Now that you're just getting the sun, you'll see a nice warm up to 50 degrees or so this afternoon. Down in wine country, this is the Dundee Hills Domaine Serene Winery. Beautiful sunshine opening up there, and a similar scene in Portland. We're at 52. Now, if we go 55 at 1 o'clock, we could get up to 60 degrees today. Wouldn't that be spectacular? If we don't do it today, I think we will do it tomorrow. Now, the bigger story is that front that's on track to be here Sunday afternoon or Sunday evening. Low, low, low snow levels. We'll talk about that coming up.
Yeah, so much to talk about. Thank you, Rod. Starting today, the city of Portland is trying out a new way to connect with people living on the streets who need resources and services. Now anyone can call 311 to get connected to an outreach worker. After answering a few questions, the outreach worker will follow up with the person and try to find them within 3 days. Right now, there are 6 city outreach workers who can each handle about 75 homeless people. The big question, will that be enough to meet demand?
So will it be enough? It'll be enough to help a lot of people. If the demand is more than they can handle, then that's the right kind of data that helps us build resources to meet.
I don't know, I just really hope it is what they say it is, and it actually works because it seems like it's never ending out here.
A note, 311 is not a number to call to get a shelter referral. And the Oregon bill that would crack down on drug use on public transit is now one step closer to becoming law. The Senate passed it yesterday. It expands the crime of interfering with public transportation to include drug use and makes it a Class A misdemeanor. Under the bill, people caught using drugs on public transit would have access to state-funded treatment once convicted. TriMet and the Oregon Transit Association support the bill, which now heads to the State House of Representatives. The South Carolina GOP primary is this Saturday, and the final push is in full force. Nikki Haley is on the offensive, while polls show former President Donald Trump has a double-digit lead. NBC's Bree Jackson is in South Carolina.
With just 2 days left before the Republican primary here in South Carolina, former UN Ambassador Nikki Haley continues to trail former President Donald Trump in the polls. Now, some voters tell me they do have concerns about the former president, ranging from his indictments to where he stands on issues like foreign policy. Haley is looking to seize on that. She is ramping up her attacks on former President Trump as well as on President Biden. She says the two are both too old and too divisive. Now, despite losses to Trump in the Iowa caucuses and the New Hampshire primary, Haley vows to stay in this race regardless of the results here in South Carolina on Saturday. In Charleston, South Carolina, Bree Jackson, NBC News.
Back locally to a KGW investigation into a troubling case of mistaken identity. KGW investigative reporter Kyle Aboshi looked into a case out of Southwest Washington that resulted in the wrong man getting taken off life support.
The family of Mike Beeler made the heavy decision to say goodbye after speaking with staff at a Vancouver hospital.
They said he's basically brain dead. Do you want us to keep him on life support, or do you want to pull the plug?
So our decision was to tell him to take him off life support.
A death notice appeared in the local newspaper. It remembered Michael A. Beeler, 60, of Vancouver, who died on August 9th, 2021.
That whole week was kind of a blur. I mean, trying to come up with funeral arrangements and letting family members know that he passed away. And
then came the phone call that no one expected. It was Mike.
And I said, "You can't be alive, you're dead." He goes, "No, I'm not. I'm quite alive."
Mike wasn't dead. Instead, he's very much alive.
I don't get it.
In a terrible case of mistaken identity that has never been publicly disclosed, KGW found Peace Health Southwest Medical Center in Vancouver allowed a family to pull the plug on the wrong man.
I'm going, you know what? We made life-ending decisions for a person we don't even know.
Again, that was investigative reporter Kyle Aboshi. So this is just a small part of the investigation. You can find the full story on our website, kgw.com.